All right, friends, back into Google Slides. I've already created the copy, so that saves us just a little bit more time. Okay, so yeah, then the last video we talked about adding an animation. You can see all the animations you have just by clicking on transition, and it will show any animations you have on this current page. And that's when you can change it. You can do something else with it, change it to zoom in, zoom out, whatever you want to spin. If you can't see all of this list of things, you may need to go up here into these three dots right here and click the minus sign. Notice mine's at 90%. If I change it a little bit more, I can see that this gets a little smaller, so I can see more things. Now I got the whole thing. Now I can go back up to 90 and I can still see all of them. Sometimes you can only see part and you can't scroll down. So check that zoom button. It may just be the size of your screen. All right, I want to add another person here so that my friend has something someone to talk to. Now I can create a new one just by going into my shapes, or I can duplicate this person. So I'm going to click on him so he has the blue line around, press Control D on my keyboard, and now I have two of the same thing. See that red line? That means they are lined up. They are the same height, actually set at the same place on there. Since they're duplicates, they're exactly the same. The only thing that's different is that this one doesn't have any animation on it. I'm going to change the color so that I know which one's which. Change the line so that the outline is a little bit different and I can tell the difference between the two. I'm going to change this one too. Why not? Make them a little more fun. There we go. Now I can see the difference between my two. Now remember we talked about that little orange dot before. I can make this guy a frowny face. Maybe he's having not such a good day. I can also go to the side and make him skinnier or wider, however I like to do. I can make him shorter or taller, or go to the corner. Now to make him an exact circle, before you try to move him, press Shift on your keyboard and hold it down. And now when I move it, it's always going to be a perfect circle. If I let go of Shift, I can make it wider or narrower or taller or shorter. But if I press Shift while I'm moving, it's going to stay a perfect circle. It's just a little fun thing you can do with any of the shapes. You can make them a perfect square or a perfect circle or a perfect equilateral triangle by pressing and holding the Shift button while you move. Now he's no longer the same size as this guy, so I want to go back in and watch for those red lines to make him the same size. There's the same height. Oh, the red line. There we go. Should be close to the same. Okay. Now, I've got two people coming in. I want this one to come in after this one. So I go back to my animations over here. Click Add an Animation. Remember that you have that blue line around him. Add an animation. I want this one to fly in from the right, and I want it to happen after the previous. So that way this one will happen first, and then this one will happen. So let's try that. I'm going to click Present. Click. And now that one happens automatically, and that one happens automatically. Notice this one happened a little faster. I can change that by making him a little bit slower. But remember, you're going to have to wait. And if you get impatient, then you'll click and it'll just happen instead of waiting for it to happen.